and especially if Makhachev's gonna be going after Michael Morales. I think we all know that Michael Morales is a very groin-oriented type of individual. Dustin Gaethje went off on Ilia Topuria. Gaethje did not hold back on how he feels about Ilia Topuria ahead of their UFC White House matchup. All that guy is a gimmick. He calls himself the king. He thinks he's a god. What an annoying little... I couldn't imagine being in a room with him for 30 minutes listening to him talk about himself. All I could say is this. I would leave him. That's all I'm saying. No way I put up with them. I leave him. I gotta say, Gaethje, it's weird that these dudes are going into a war together, into a battle, and Gaethje's trying to think of an illustration of how he would feel if they were a gay couple. That's his first thought. We're about to go to war. We're not only going to war with each other, we're going to war with the heat, with the bugs, with the humidity, with all them politicians and world leaders. But how would I feel if we were in a homoerotic relationship? I can't blame him though. I was just talking about it yesterday. There's something about Ilia. There's something very metrosensual about him. You know that he was born with one eyebrow. You know that fool was born with one eyebrow. He cares very much about his appearance. Demetrious Johnson says he heard a rumor that the UFC aren't gonna sign any more Dagestani. That's like the NBA going, hey, no more black dudes. Unless they look like they're black, like Anderson Silva and El Mero Mero, Yoel Romero, they could look black. We'll take black dudes if they're from Brazil, if they're from Cuba.
I heard a rumor recently that they're not letting any more Dagestans or Russian guys in the organization because they're that good.
Really?
Because they would just destroy everybody, right? Could you imagine more Umar Nurmagomedovs? Could you imagine that? The guy who's a striker, I'm taking you down. I'm grounding and pounding you.
You know what I think it is about these Russian dudes, these dudes out there in the Caucasian mountains of Dagestan, Russia, Chechnya, whatever it is? I think it's a lack of Wi-Fi. I truly think it's poor Wi-Fi. Hey, if they got internet, it's like net zero at best. It's like dial-up. All I'm saying is they definitely can't have what we have. And I think that's the demise of all the other places outside of places like them deserted mountains. You get people, I mean, how can you get a kid growing up in California? That you got these dudes out there in Dagestan. You got these 8-year-olds training with bears. And you got the 8-year-olds in California on Roblox. And they're talking to some 47-year-old predator that they think's a little girl their age. Like, there's no comparison. They can't keep up with this. The Dagestanians start off fighting the bears for fun, as a pastime. Instead of playing Fortnite, they're fighting with bears. And then it graduates to now they have to fight with bears because that's the only competition. You got these little Russian kids fighting to the death with bears, while you got all these American kids sitting on the couch with a pack of gummy bears. You got these little Russian kids fighting for their lives because they're fighting with bears. And you got these other kids from the United States fighting for their lives because they're fighting type 2 diabetes. First look at Alex Pereira's character, the Butcher, in the new A24 movie Onslaught. Well, I just watched the trailer, and all of us idiots fell for it. We thought he was putting on that weight strictly for the heavyweight division. We thought he was trying to bulk up, but no. Chale, he fooled us. What he's doing is he went full Hollywood, and them cheeks that we've been witnessing, that's a good old-fashioned BBL. Alex Pereira went full Hollywood. He's doing the same thing as Kamaru Usman, Conor McGregor, Rampage Jackson, Ronda Rousey. You cannot be going for that trifecta, for that triple crown, for that hat trick when you're also trying to star in Hollywood movies. You gotta stay focused. Alex Pereira being in this movie is like Tyrone Woodley going, falling in and out of love, in and out of love with you. I already picked Serial Gang, and I don't even like him, but this further validates my claim. How much you want to bet this movie's going to be on Paramount? Dana White reveals that before he was famous, he'd go into DVD stores and place UFC highlight DVDs at the front of the top 20 DVDs of the week section to help sell more copies. This is like what I do when I go to Best Buy and I put my videos on all the computers.
When those checks started rolling in from DVDs, it was like
$1 million, millions of dollars. Yeah.
Millions of dollars. And I would literally up the street on our old offices on Sahara. They used to have a WOW superstore, and they sold records and DVDs and all that. And right when you walked in, they had this huge display, and it was the top 20 DVDs of the week. Literally nobody knew me then, so I'd go there and grab our and put it in the front of the store. I used to do that kind of. That's how. Talk about humble beginnings.
By the way, it's very fortunate that I happened to come across this video. If you are a supporter of the Mexican martial arts and you want to help the channel thrive, hey, maybe next time you go to Target, Walmart, Best Buy, the Apple Store, maybe you could put some videos on the computers, on the phones, on the iPads, if you got some free time. Islam Makhachev grappling with one of his homies on the soccer field. This is what they do instead of penalty kicks. When it's tied. This kind of looks like something that Joe Rogan will be playing like on Meta. It feels like one of the things that like Joe Rogan will have a vision about when he goes into one of those self-induced comas where he goes into like a chamber or the hyperbaric ice chambers or whatever the heck that fool does. This is like the kind of thing that he always used to talk about that he wanted, just wide open on a field, gigantic space, no cage right there 3 feet away that you could grab under the stars, under the sun, just open to the elements. So I don't know where this flip-flopping came from. Cain Velasquez would need really good money to fight again.
No wish list as far as person, but if the money's right, then the money's right. But it has to be really good. It has to be really good for you to do that. Yeah.
Hear me out. Cain Velasquez, Brendan Schaub. I think you'd be surprised. Look, he likes Harley Davidson. He likes motorcycles. Brendan Schaub likes trucks. Both a little bit older. Both a little bit retired. Both a little bit would do it if the price was right. That is an MVP Netflix fight if I've ever seen one. People love Cain Velasquez. Look, I think people love Cain Velasquez as much as people hate Brendan Schaub. It's a win-win. People like to see people win. People like to see people lose. It's perfect. Hey, why are they laughing? Like, everyone was laughing like if they were expecting it. Like they were all ready to instantaneously laugh all in unison, like if they were pranking him. It wasn't like, ooh, or hey, watch out, or why'd you do that? Everyone is like, ah! Hey, but this don't look good though. If I'm sparring with a little kid, that's like the first thing I'm protecting, because they tend to, whether they're doing it on purpose, like they're being a brat, they're trying to be funny or whatever, or accidentally, it's something with somebody that's like a newbie that gets attacked or accidentally hit quite often. And especially if Makhachev's gonna be going after Michael Morales. I think we all know that Michael Morales is a very groin-oriented type of individual.
Hey, you don't have to worry about it, but you gotta pay now because there's no cheat. John, you got your checkbook? John, you got your checkbook?
I got cash.
You got, I don't know, that might be cash you brought here.
I got cash.
That might be cash you got here. I want a check. And I want you to sign Jon
Why
Jones.
does it matter where he got it from?
Hey, check this out.
Hey.
Listen, I don't know what y'all made to be out here, but I made $1 million.
Yeah, I know. Hey, John. Hey,
I made
absolutely.
$1 million being here.
Yes.
So,
John, hey.
So
John.
I'll give y'all 5.
Hey, give my money.
Hey, matter of fact, I'll pay
Dude, Jon Jones is trying to bust a Ryan Garcia on him.
for your per diem.
Hey,
I'm gonna give
listen,
you
John.
per diem.
Hey, John.
I'm gonna give you a
Hey,
per
John.
diem. I'm
Give
give you
me
a
my
per
money.
diem.
Hey, give me my money. Hey.
Why are they just standing in the octagon like if Jones trapped him in the cage, he's leaving him there?
Hey, tell Alf Reality. Hey, stop. Tell Alf Reality. Hey, listen. Let me say this, John.
I made 4 times more.
No,
than
you
guys
didn't.
made.
No, you did not. But John, listen. Hey, John, listen. John. Hey, John. Tell Alf Reality he can have all of his money back. I just want your $5,000.
He's like, I don't even want to get paid. I just want your money. I just want your lunch, homie.
Your $5,000 is enough for me. Hey, John. I'm going to give Alf Reality back his $800,000.
Hey.
And I'm going to just take your 5. I'll just take your 5.
Hey.
Alf
Hey.
Global.
Hey, DC, he's a good trash talker, man. I know he's like the lovable dude. He's a friendly dude. But when he wants to, and maybe that's why it comes out like even edgier, because he's not, most of the time he's not that guy. He's like the the funny, cool guy to be around, like the uncle or whatever. And so when he lets it loose, it's like it's been stewing for a while. You know, he's been letting it marinate.
Hey,
I can pay all your.
you can have all your money back. Now I got John's money.
I want Jon Jones's money. And if he doesn't give the $5,000, then it just further shows who he is. $5,000. Pay the bet. I would have paid him.
This face at the end right here. You know this face? You know this has to be a face that DC learned from one of his aunts. Yes, I said aunt. This is a face he learned from one of his aunts as a young man when she was disappointed with him. I love it when DC plays up the part because he's just always so silly, man. He's just a goofy dude, always having a good time in the like the weigh-in shows and all that. And like this whole tone right here, this whole demeanor, he puts this on when he's with Jon Jones. I love it, man. It's like if you could put a phrase on this face, it's like, excuse me?
Yeah, well, I'm going to wrestle. What do you think about that?
I can't believe this.
But it was July 18th, and it was my birthday. I thought something spoke to me and said, I need to wrestle on that. Doing my very best every single day.
I mean, he's wrestling. A lot of people don't want this. I've heard that a lot of people are upset about this. They're hoping it's a prank. It's a meme. He's wrestling after a double lung transplant. So that's like me going out on the road in my car with 4 brand new tires, right? They're new. I just got them. He just got 2 brand new lungs. Khamzat Chimaev, apparently, I didn't even know this. Apparently, Khamzat Chimaev was out there fighting with, what was the thing? So he had half of his thyroid removed. Half of his thyroid gland. I don't even know what that is. And I don't even know where it is. But it sounds important. So Ben Askren got 2 brand new lungs. So you would think, brand new, that's like leveling up. Like, that's like a glow up for Ben Askren. Khamzat Chimaev lost half of his thyroid gland. So, I mean, based on that fight with Strickland, I wouldn't imagine that Askren would look any worse than Chimaev did.
Day to training to get in shape, and it's feeling really good, and wrestling with the guys. I mean, not super hard yet, but I'm, doing things. And so I told them yesterday, like, hey, I want to wrestle. On May 28th was when I went into the hospital.
Yeah, he's feeling good. He's looking forward to it. He seems enthusiastic. Khamzat Chimaev, and I don't know if you know this yet, I mentioned it in a video or 2 ago, that he actually was telling his team, I can't make this weight. I'm going to die. I'd rather just pay Strickland $1 million. Call it even.
June 28th was when I got the transplant. And then to my recollection, July 2nd is when I kind of like came to again.
We're talking essentially a year ago. This is absurd. There had to have been a time where you thought you would never compete in anything, let alone do anything active again, right?
I still question it. I couldn't feed myself. I couldn't stand up. I couldn't do anything. Told my doctor, I said, hey, man, I want to go back.
Neither could Chimaev. Did you see him during and after the weight cut? Neither could Chimaev.
To my life, I want to go back to doing what I love.
All this being said, I think this matchup with Ben Askren and Belal Muhammad to wrestle, full-blown wrestling match at RAF, I have to say, I think it's disgusting. It's unnecessary. There is no good reason whatsoever that we should have Belal Muhammad continuing to take L's.